Hi, it's Charlie giving you Friday's live trading. Well, hopefully it will be this morning anyway. It's about 7:45 at the moment, and Euro's drifting up here on the 5 minute chart, but overall, if I put it onto an hourly chart, you can see what it's overall doing, just consolidating really at the moment still. So that could mean that it just drifts up here this morning. Now, I'm still long on a swing basis on the euro dollar. I took some profits, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. I but I'm my plan of action for today is going to be looking for longs on the euro dollar, but not necessarily at this time this morning. It's non-farm payrolls. In the main, I want to keep my powder dry until after non-farm payrolls are out. But it would be nice to get a trade off this morning, nice and early. The potential is that the euro just floats its way up here, but I don't have the momentum behind it, so I'm not. It's a little bit more tricky to do it. But let's just talk about the psychology of the market here for the minute. There will be a lot of traders who will have been short in the euro right away back from when it's just been having this wonderful move up. If I put this out to a daily chart and put it into perspective, this lovely move up on the daily charts here, there'll be a lot of traders who will have been shorting and still short, and every time it does a peak, they'll be hoping that, oh yeah, it's going to come back for me. It does a shallow retracement and then starts coming up against them again. So it's possible that it's just going to continue that movement if there's still a lot of traders who are short out there. But we shall see, because it was a very shallow retracement overnight, only 20 odd pips, maybe 30 pips, whatever. Not in anything drastic, and that certainly wouldn't have allowed anyone who was short from lower down to have got out. So I'm well aware of the psychology of the market here with the euro at the moment. But anyway, I still have to find what I feel are logical trades. There's something I'm seeing on the dollar yen, so I'm going to keep my eye on that as well here this morning. I shall press pause for now. Okay, just back, and I have just spotted something on. I've got a combo on the euro dollar, and so I'm going to see if I can get just a rapid trade-off. So, okay, long euro dollar here. My stop's going to be just below the low, so I'm going to put a few lots in and just see if I can take advantage of this little flush down that we've had. And it's just going to be it's not a lot of pips to the upside, so I'm going to be putting my stop down below the low, and we'll see if it can come back up to my white line here. I've just spotted it was an 8 a.m. pivot trade with that 5-minute 50 on my chart there. So I've just put that in. So I'm just going to put my stops in. So the stops are down at what, 72.5 by looks of things. So I'm just going to quickly get those in. 113. About 73 actually. So I'm putting those in at 73, I think. 113.73. 113.73. Sorry, I was a bit quick, guys. I know, very, very quick there, but I literally just saw it and thought, oh god. Anyway, so what I've seen is we've come down to the 8 a.m. pivot and the 5-minute 50 here, having a little bit of reaction. So I've quickly gone in just with 3 lots. Oh no, this is defaulted to 50,000. Oh. Right, okay. Now that's so I mean, I'm not in with 3 lots. I'm in with 1.5 lots, which is a real pain in the neck. I don't know why that's defaulted to 50,000, but it has. So let's bring them up. So I'm not really going to be making any money on this. That's not good. And that's the other one. So I got in at 79s by looks of things. So and what I'm looking for is a run up to the upper band here, the white line. I spotted that it was a band play on my 15-minute chart as well, and on my 30-minute chart, and I'd only just spotted that. Now there's all code, so sorry about me talking in code there. So I've got about a 6 pip stop, and looking for around about 7 pips to 8 pips by looks of things as it currently stands, and see if it can have a little shot there. But so as it stands, I've got him with 1.5 lots, which is pathetic. So why that defaulted to 50,000? I hadn't spotted that. Should the trade side should default, block side should default to 100. Anyway, probably because I've been taking up partial profits over the last couple of days, and I've not spotted that I've on my swing trades, and not spotted that I've done that. Anyway, right. So yeah, so effectively what we've done, we've come down to the 5-minute 50 here, the 8 a.m. pivot that came in, And I just spotted, I thought, oh, actually, because for a minute there I was thinking, oh, we're going to drop lower. And then I thought, okay, well, maybe we are going to have a little bit of a bounce first. We've done these bands as well, so we're which we are doing. We're doing this little bounce, but it's got to bounce further for me, obviously. Now, one thing with today is I'm not too fussed about. Well, it doesn't matter the position size too much because the main event is the non-farm payrolls later anyway. So I'm going to be, that's what I'm really holding out for. So we'll probably be recording well into after that today, I suspect. So, but that's an error here. With the guys in the trading room are sat just off screen at the moment. So there you go. You can probably just about see them there. They're watching as I'm doing all this and chatting amongst themselves as well. And every Friday morning we have confessions, and I usually we confess to any trading errors we might have made during the week. And there you go, you just seen one live, an execution error. Not spotted that the amounts were half the size that I should have been putting in, so I've only got half the total size that I should have been putting in. But anyway, I'll have to treat it as it is now. So because it bumped up. If it had come back down to 79, I would have been able to get those other units back in, but it hasn't. So we'll just see if it can pop up here, and then I'll start. I'll release. I don't know. I guess I'll have to release one or two of the units, and then just see if I can hold on to one and see if it carries on going up. That sort of thing. So. We shall see. I'll press pause for now. Okay, so it's just coming up to that level, so I'm going to be getting close to taking the profits, but I still need to see it get up to about that 86. So, and now it's come back down to 82. Right. So now I press record. I was just talking to the guys in the room, and then all of a sudden it started flying up. So, I better get the recording software back up again. And just as I get it sorted out, it comes back down again. So, oh no, back up to 85. Here we go, nearly there. It's ridiculously small. I can't. Disgusts me. But if we can get to 86, what I should do is just put a limit order in, but I'd rather do it live with you for the recording, as always, rather than just put a limit order in. So let's just see if it can blip up there, and I'm conscious that I'm wasting time at 7 minutes and 30, and with such a small one, we've got so much trading to do yet today. So I'll have to press pause. It's hovering. Okay, just back, and it's hitting the upper band, so I'm going to take that 1 unit off. I've just got 1 unit off there, and I've got 1 unit off so far. So it's come on, let's see if we can get. I know it's on it, but it's just such a ridiculous amount of pips. It just feels just a pain, really. Should really. We've not quite hit the upper band on the 15-minute chart. The reason I've just been having good fun with the guys in the room here this morning. We are literally watching a video of the Eurovision Song Contest from 1996 of Gina G Spot singing "Ooh Ah Just a Little Bit." See, it doesn't get much better than our trading room than this, and it's why would you not want to be in our trading room when we do things like this? So anyway, I have just been jigging around a little bit whilst waiting for this to play out. So I've got 1 unit off there, but the guy, I don't know, I dread to think what the guys are saying. I can hear them all talking at the moment. But I've got the 1 unit off. I really wanted to get 2 units off. It got to 86 on the chart, but I didn't quite see 86 on my bid, and it didn't quite hit the upper band on the 15-minute time frame. So I'm still waiting to see if it can just get up that little bit more, a little bit. Ooh, that's where it started from. I was talking about if just a little bit, and that's where that whole song came from. So I've got the 1 unit off, but it's pathetic what I've made here so far. Up about I don't know, $70 or something. So it's just because I've messed up on my position size here this morning. So but I'll see if it can come up, and then I'll just hold on to the final one, move the stop up a little bit more. Oh, stop it. Anyway, I'll move the stop up a little bit more, and then we'll take it from there. So it looks like I'm going to press pause for a minute. They're so small points. Oh, here we go. Right, there we go. So I've got that 2nd unit off now. I've got 87. I was just talking to the guys saying I hate this type of trading for such small points. It's just pathetic, really. I don't like it. But anyway, I'm having to just make do with the conditions that I've got here. So, right, okay, I've got the second unit off, so I'm going to move the stop up to about, what, 70, well, 77. So I'll move the stop up to 77 and just see what happens on this final unit. And, you know, you never know, might get a bit of luck and it gets up to 114. Might make a little bit more out of it, but it's pathetic so far today. I'm up about $100. But anyway, the main event, is, like I was saying earlier on, is later on. So I shall press pause for the time being. Okay, just back, and so yeah, I have just been trading stopped out obviously on that euro. So let's bring up the whopping scoreboard. The reason I'm saying that is because I don't know whether to show you the account or not. Actually, I'm in these swings. I guess I could show you the account now. It doesn't really matter. I'm in these swings. I'm in the final bits, but anyway. So there we go. This is my three half lot trades. All at the 79s, weren't they? Yes, and there was the exits on the two. So we made £20, £26, and lost £8. So made a whopping £38. Well, that's it. It's good enough for cake today. Right, okay, I shall press pause for the time being. Yeah, sorry. I know that on many weeks now, for many weeks, I seem to be constantly in some sort of swing trades or other, which I don't really like to show when I'm in swing trades which are still in progress, so to speak. But actually, at the moment, it doesn't really matter. I was thinking this is the last part of the swing that I'm in. So as you can see, it's up £1,600, £1,700 almost at the moment. I'm only in with 60,000 at the moment, so just over a half lot left on this account. So it's only a small portion left. So that's basically where it's at. So obviously, we'll see if that euro can carry on going higher, and that final portion of that trade can continue to move. But that's what I get up to when I'm on my swing trades. But I don't like showing them when I'm in the early throws, because if a swing trade might only be up, let's say 50 pips or even 100 pips, I know that I could show it on a Friday, and then potentially people might then. I know that there's lots of beginners who are watching, and I have to be careful, because I know that they might think, oh, I'll just go long, and they could be long at a completely different price to where I've got long, and obviously therefore it'll affect them differently. So anyway, that's why I like to not show them when they're in the earlier throws anyway. Right, I'll press pause for now. Just back, and look at this euro. It's gone all the way up since I got stopped out there this morning. I got stopped out on that final section, didn't I? And it's just drifted its way up and then just carried on. So I just said to the guys, oh, I'm not going to bother with it, but it's just carried on drifting itself up. Now, it doesn't matter too much, because obviously I'm still swing long on this euro dollar, but we have got about 45 minutes to go to non-farm payrolls. We'll see what happens after that. Okay, just back. So we've got just 5 minutes to go, and the euro dollar, if it continues to push up, if it breaks out, then I think we've got up into the upper 114s for it to potentially go to. So 114.60 odd and 114.90, so that zone. So if it breaks out, I'm still going to be looking to see if I can trade it. I've been reluctant to just trade it this morning, just because of the non-farm payrolls and everything that's coming, and yet it's still managed to drift its way up. So we shall see. But so if I can trade it, then I will do. It's got momentum across the time frames, all facing upwards. So I just need to see a strong bar. So what I'd probably be looking for is a close anyway. So when the news comes out at 1:30, I'll want to see how the candle closes on the 5-minute chart. I think that's how I'll probably do it. And but we'll see. I'll probably wait for a close. If, however, it does the opposite and it just starts flying down, take a step back, I would not really be looking at it until the low 113s. So if it came flying down, the low 113s, it might be an area where I'll actually look to potentially buy it, because I want to be a buyer. So it's just a case of whether it flies up or whether it flies down, and then I'll pick it up. So I've got some levels down in the low 113, so it's quite a long way down, and it's setting itself up. I know it's overbought on the daily charts. I know it's all overbought, but at the same time, sometimes when markets are overbought, they can remain overbought, and it's just at that potential area where it could just carry on breaking out. So I just want to see if that's going to happen or not. So what I'm looking for is if it does pop down, drop down, should I say, I've got 113.40 as a level and 113.10 as an area as a level. So if it pops down to those sort of areas, I'll look at it to see if it then wants to do a big old reversal or something. If it doesn't, I'll just get stopped out. That's the plan. Right, we have 2.5 minutes to go. I'll press pause. Okay, so we've got just over 10 seconds to go. You can see my spreads are all widening out. Look, 8 pips now, the spread 11 pips. So we'll just have to see what's going to happen. So big old spreads as the volatility kicks in on the news. So let's just see which way we go. Okay, so we are going down by looks things at the moment. Yep, down we go. So there's the initial reaction. So we are getting that downwards push, and it's a case of then seeing how far down it's going to push, and then and if we then reverse. At the moment, it's sort of had that just playing around at the moment. So I can certainly just sit back, play a waiting game, and I need it to really come down quite a long way. There's nothing, like I said, I can do at this moment. Nothing I want to do at this moment. It's just a case of, okay, am I going to get this? Is it going to come down enough, or is it going to reverse? Now, if it starts reversing and starts breaking out to the upside, that's where I might actually just go in. If it breaks out to the upside, it's having this initial push to the downside. If it starts coming back up, then I will go in at 35, put a stop at about 10, and then just see if we can do it. So it's holding so far, you see. So I haven't even looked to see how the non-farm payrolls have come out just yet, but it's had a bit of a pullback, but nothing too dramatic just yet. If it comes up, back up above 35, and I would then buy it. Otherwise, I'm sitting here waiting to see if it does have a big plunge down. But it's a big ask, but we'll see. I'll press pause for the minute. So just having a look here off screen, I see the payrolls came in slightly firmer than expected. They came in at 215,000. The unemployment rate rose though to 5%, and hourly earnings rose slightly to 0.3. So slightly mixed bag. Maybe that's why we've not seen a complete sell-off, because of the unemployment rate rising slightly. But it's really not up to too much. And if that's the case, then I just don't get to trade here this afternoon. I'm not going to hang around all afternoon waiting for this. So I'm just waiting for that direction. If it just starts coming down but not fast enough, then it's no good to me. So I'm really now at this stage looking to see if this is all of a sudden going to really start to pump to the downside, or it jumps up and we go up to 35. I'll go in long, put a stop at around about 10, so I'll give it 25 pip stop and just see if it can then carry on breaking out. If it does that, I'll press pause. Okay, so just back. So I've just been sitting here watching it. It's held so far and it's bouncing, so we'll see what happens. I'm watching the dollar yen off screen because it's the potential that I actually could even short the dollar yen, so I am watching that off screen at the same time. So but as we see, the euro's coming up, so it could well be that I'm going to be getting that long in on the euro. So after all, what's basically been happening is that even when we get sort of strongish news coming out of the US of late, euro against the dollar tends to have an initial reaction, then shrugs it off and then goes back up. And I'm just waiting to see if that is exactly what we're going to be getting here today. If we'd have had a big initial reaction, I'd have just bought it down there. We haven't. I've had a shallow reaction, so I'll just wait and see if it starts to break up. Like I said, about 35, and if we start getting up to there, I'm going to take that that trade, so to speak. I'm actually going to short the dollar yen off screen. I've just shorted the dollar yen off screen just whilst I'm doing this. I better get a stop loss in on that in a minute, so I'm trying to manage that and watch this at the same time. Right, the euro's close, so I'm getting ready to go long on the euro at the same time as I've shorted the dollar yen. So it's about there, and not quite though, not quite. So I've shorted the dollar yen, euro not quite there yet, so still waiting on that one. The dollar yen, I need to just put a stop loss in. I'll show you that trade in a minute, but I've just done it off screen just so I could hit it while I'm trying to watch this euro dollar at the same time. And the dollar yen, I need to put a stop up at 112.15. Right, so I've just got my stop in on that euro. I've only put a one lot trade on that. Sorry, did I call it euro then? I meant yen. So I've put a 1 lot trade on that, and I'll put a 1 lot trade on the euro, and we'll see how we go. So the dollar yen I got short at 81. We're currently at 90, so it's 9 pips underwater at the moment. I've put a stop of 25 pips behind it. Is it 25? 35 pips behind it, just to allow for that the volatility we've got. You have to give it a slightly wider stop, but the dollar yen has broken down to new lows, and as I've seen it break down, let's have a quick look now at that dollar yen just whilst there it is. So as it broke down, so I just spotted it and thought, okay, I've got to short this, but obviously I've caught it right at the lows was while I've been trying to watch that and the euro at the same time. So but I am into that. My stop I've put up at 112.15, so giving it a bit of slack, and we'll see if that can carry on breaking down. I can see the potential for that to come down to the low 111s. So I know it's on a daily S2 pivot at the moment, but I'm not too bothered about that. So I'm just waiting on this euro dollar, seeing, is it going to break up? Is it going to break out? So we'll press pause for the time being, I guess. Okay, so it got close up there, didn't it? Got close, but fortunately it wasn't close enough up to that breakout level. But it could just still be playing around at the moment, so I'm just having to wait and see. Obviously, the opposite is happening on the dollar yen, so I've shorted that dollar yen, and it's obviously bouncing against me at the moment. But we just got to wait and see what's going to happen there. And so I feel quite confident, quite happy, comfortable with the dollar yen. Whether it stops me out or not, that's I feel like it was the right trade to be on. I waited for the it bounced, it then broke down, and now it's just bouncing around. But it's still, the trend has been to the downside, the pressure's been to the downside in the last few days, so it looks like the right decision. Whether it works out as profitably or not is another factor, but it looks like it was the right decision. I'll quickly bring up the dollar yen, but I want to keep my eye on this euro dollar because very quickly they can turn around still. So here's that dollar yen. So I shorted it. It caught me right down here, and my stop's up at 112.15, so it's up here. So at the moment it's bouncing around here, so we'll have to see. So if I bring it up, I'll bring up the account actually so you can see it. So here's the dollar yen. There it is. So I caught it, like let's say at 111.81. I put my stop at 112.15, and so it's just underwater at the moment. It's never going to be a big loss if it gets stopped out, but obviously I'd like to see it work, so we shall see. These are obviously the existing swings that I've got in place. So just playing this waiting game on this euro, whether it's going to pick up or not. I have got stuff to do this afternoon, so I don't want to be sitting here all afternoon waiting for it, but I don't mind sitting here waiting for a bit, seeing if it's going to turn around. So I'll press pause for now. We're getting into this video a little bit, so I don't want it to become a 40-minute video. 23 minutes is long enough.